So today's an interesting day because we got caught on we have a bunch of Airbnbs and we got caught on one of them. We put two units in below floodplain and we have to remove them. And ouch. So I don't know. I have all kinds of excuses and ways that we justified it. But today, actually doing this and taking them out is painful. So they're two very nice units. They're not even a year old. And so we bought a stilt house across from a Gulf access canal. When we bought it, we enclosed the lower level and we built out a unit in each side. The units above are 1,100 square feet. They're pretty nice. They're really nice. We were getting anywhere from on the low end, $85 a night up to as much as $200 a night in season. And they're a spacious little one bedroom, one bath, and all freshly done. So here we are. We're a demolition company, so that part's not so bad, although the crew that's going to work on this could be working on something else. And we're moving into our season, and our season down here is when everybody else leaves. So when everybody else leaves, what I mean is pretty much it's right after Easter. So you got to know your marketplace, you got to know what's going on, and you got to see your trends. So we learned this over doing this for a long time, that this is the trends. So in Florida, on the coast, at least where we're at, if you they put moratoriums in place where you're not allowed to work on the buildings during certain months. The premise is this: if let's say Bob Smith decides to take out their floor and put in a new floor during season, and then his friend sees him doing that, and then he decides to do it, and then another guy decides to do it, and then another guy decides to do it. Well, what happens in these high rises, if you're running these demo hammers, these jackhammers that take up the tile off of the floor, it could be a week of jackhammering just to take this stuff out. Not to mention if you're rehabbing and you're cutting and you're tearing out framing and bulkheads and all the other things that we do as a demolition company. So we stay pretty busy year round with a certain amount of crews, and then during season we run as many as we possibly can. If we could run 50 crews for 5 months a year, we would have the work. There's a lot of that. So right now, this time of the year, guys that use us all year long, they get us early if they can, and they get us because we cause the least amount of problems, and we bring everything, including the dumpster, and we make it really easy for them. Back to these Airbnb. So now I'm going to go take out all the drywall, all the insulation, all the electric, the kitchens, the baths. They're going to make us fill the concrete, the new sewer run with concrete. And lesson learned, it cost us probably, let's say, $130,000 to put them in. And it wasn't even a year ago. It was right after the hurricane. So lesson learned. Ouch. So live and learn. You can let something like this paralyze you, or you can learn your lesson. It was a calculated risk. We probably have made about $130,000 off the two units during the length of time that we did get to use them. So there's some justification. All right. So another situation where we built a house around the corner, and I told my guys, I said, hey, when we're done, we're going to put a wall down in between here, between these two units. And they took it upon themselves to go ahead and put the wall in. And then, this goes back to management. These guys want to please me, and I come back 3 or 4 days later. Now they got drywall on it. So we got a new house. We're trying to get it CO'd. Can't get it CO'd because we put this wall down the middle of it. So today, so we took the drywall off the wall. We put pressure treated wood on the other side of the wall, which is allowed within the floodplain. So the first floor of this building is the garage. It is 12 feet to the bottom of the, actually it's 15 feet to the bottom of the finish of the to the drywall ceiling that's in the garage. So we're taking out, and I got to put another way of egress out of that other garage because now there's not a door over there. So 2 lessons learned. The problem is when you do a lot, if you don't babysit these guys better, then you end up with problems. So hard to fault someone that's trying to go above and beyond. And, and he's trying to keep the guys busy while he's doing, the tedious work of getting the finished product finished. So we basically had one of my builder buddies, he got this under roof, and then we took it from there. So those are two things we're learning from. Ouch. Okay. What I've learned over the last 24 hours. So again, I'm listening to Russell Brunson, and he's talking about, I've been confused on how to do this. So he's talking about brick and mortar businesses now. I see him and Dan Sullivan talking about using the advertising that they do to sell all kinds of crazy stuff. And they have said, yes, you can use this for brick and mortar. You can use it for brick and mortar. And I went through and learned a whole bunch of stuff in the past. I went to a lot of real estate courses. I read David Ogilvy's book. I've read some other books on the psychology of selling and stuff like that. So I'm not a rookie to all this stuff, but I've never taken the time to hone my skills and get to that next level. So the little bit that I knew, and the fact that we stumbled on an unserviced market and brought excellence to it, has created a word of mouth expansion that has been, for us, it's just been unbelievable. We sit here, I feel like I won the lottery. My son feels like he's won the lottery. We feel like we're blessed, and we got all these things that have just straight worked out. And because of that's why we want to share this stuff. I want to teach other people how to do the different things we do, all the way from the junk removal that got us started to the little things, the little niches that are inside of our business that could be a whole business by itself. For example, removing drywall, removing kitchens, removing baths, removing tile, removing any kind of flooring. A lot of these things, they could be their own business. Junk removal could be its own business. And, hauling stuff away can be its own business. So there's all these different things you can do. And the things that we do to do our business, and to do our business well, even as screwed up as we are, because we make a lot of mistakes. I just told you about a huge one. Success leaves clues, things that you do, if you do them a certain way, it works. So let's just talk about marketing, the way that we talk to our customer, and the way that we interact with them, and the way that we meet with them at the tail end of the job, and the job satisfaction and the amount of Google reviews come from that. It's a big deal. It's a little thing. There's a little thing between the guy that is the pitcher on the baseball team and the guy that's on the bench that can't pitch, because this guy has got a very small fraction or a percent or two better than the guy on the bench. So it's the little things that make a difference. In our business, it's the little things that make a difference. It's the little things that make the difference in excellence, even when you're doing something very simple like junk removal or demolition, or even Airbnbs. We've done the Airbnb stuff. I have to be honest with you right now. We are, because of what it costs to maintain a staff and to do all the things that we have to do, and the aggravation level, and the fact that the rents are so high in this area, we're evaluating and we're doing our numbers right now. We may stop doing the Airbnbs and just rent these things directly. So I don't know if it makes sense or not. The truth is in the numbers. We do track the numbers. So all we got to do is grab them and just really look at them, and then go look at the marketplace and see what we can rent our units for. My son Logan is more connected to that because he's around the younger kids that are renting and stuff right now. And he seems to think that these 1-bedroom, 1-bath cottages we have over on the Imperial River, will rent for as much as $2,500 a month, which is mind blowing to me. But he says that there are brand new apartment buildings that are out by the highway, and they're renting 1 bedroom, 1 bath for that. So our location will be way better than that because they're right on the Imperial River, and the Imperial River is 1 mile the way a bird flies to the Gulf of Mexico. It's 1.5 miles if you got to go by boat. So it's a very good location, and you literally could ride your bike. If you own bicycles, you could ride your bike to the beach. Where this part of our portfolio is, if you try to park your car after, say, 9 o'clock, you're never going to find a parking space. There's just not. There's maybe there's 60 parking spaces in a 3-mile section. They designed it so that it's got very limited access. Most of the houses in this area, they run anywhere from $5 million up to $25 million. There's a exclusive area right there called Barefoot Beach, and those are $5 million to, I don't even know, $30 million maybe. I don't know. They're just mind-boggling expensive, and they're in a neighborhood. A lot of them actually have Gulf of Mexico views. A lot of them are just really close, and you can walk there in about 2.3 seconds. It's a pretty close thing. So anyway, that's my video log for today. So it's Remove It Pros Demolition, and I'll see you on the next video.